Hello, everyone. Welcome to Teachable University. In this lecture today, we're going to be discussing how feelings precede manifestation. And what does this term really mean? Well, we've discussed in several of my lectures already the importance of physiology and the importance of emotion and feeling. That in order for us to change any aspect of our lives or achieve a particular goal or to transcend and overcome and improve our lives in some way, there has to be a baseline. There is a cause behind the effects that occur in our external environment, and that starts with how we feel. And many of our behaviors and our personality traits have been shaped by our five senses and how we interact with our environment through the use of our emotions and feelings, or how our emotions and feelings help shape our personality and personal reality. And you think about the reason why you remember something. You remember because of the emotional intensity of that event. You remember, for example, if you're an athlete, you hit your first home run or scored your first touchdown or performed well. You remember that event because of the emotion and how you felt, the emotional intensity of that event. Or if a negative event happened in your life, say the death of a loved one, for example, you remember that event because of the emotional intensity behind that, the feeling, how you felt from that event. So then, if we are to manifest and bring forth our desires, it starts with feeling as if what we want is here now, as Neville has said, through prayer, as if our prayers have already been answered. So Neville says that sensation precedes manifestation and is the foundation upon which all manifestation rests. As I said, it's the baseline for transcending and building our lives for the better. Be careful of your moods and feelings, for there is an unbroken connection between your feelings and your visible world. Your body is an emotional filter and bears the unmistakable marks of your prevalent emotions. Emotional disturbances, especially suppressed emotions, are the causes of all disease. To feel intensely about a wrong without voicing or expressing that feeling is the beginning of disease. Disease in both body and environment. Do not entertain the feeling of regret or failure or frustration or detachment from your objective results in disease. And this reminds me of Tony Robbins and his work, and I've mentioned him in his books, Awaken the Giant Within, Unlimited Power, wherein in order for us to achieve and to change our lives, we have to put ourselves in the right state. And I've talked about flow, for example, where we are so immersed in what it is that we're doing, we're not worried about the future or thinking about the past. We're in the present moment, where there is no tomorrow, there is no yesterday, there is only now. And when we're in the present moment, we empower ourselves to control our emotions and use them as leverage to our advantage. And when we allow our emotions to get the best of us, meaning that we're on autopilot, and I remember that I've discussed how the vast majority of our behaviors go completely underneath our consciousness, where we don't even realize we're engaging in these behaviors. We're simply reacting to our external environment. When we allow our external environment to dictate our emotions and how we feel, then we continue to bring forth undesirable circumstances, including disease, where in the book Letting Go by Dr. David Hawkins, he discusses how many diseases that people experience are because of suppressed emotions, because of anxiety and stress. And we've seen, and there's enough studies out there to show how stress and anxiety can have a negative impact on the body and can potentially cause disease. So then, if we are to manifest more desirable circumstances, it starts with a sensation or feeling as if the wish is fulfilled. By controlling our emotions and using our feelings in such a way, we'll begin to entertain possibility. Feeling as if what we want is already here now, that we have all that we need to live a great life. So it's Hal Elrod who said, "Have faith in the magic and miracles of life, for only those that do get to experience them." It was Willie Nelson who said, "Once you replace negative thoughts with positive ones, you'll start having positive results." I love this quote by Willie Nelson because I think it's so true. that when we start to embrace more positive ideas, more positive thoughts and visuals, we begin to entertain new possibilities, that in fact life could be miraculous, that magic and miracles could happen in our lives if we're willing to notice them. And I believe that every day there are miracles that happen every single day that we just don't realize. And the fact that you're alive, the fact that you're able to make decisions towards what you want to do, the fact that we have all this abundance around us and we have all these creature comforts that we oftentimes take for granted. Those are the little miracles that we can appreciate. And once we experience gratitude and embrace more positive thoughts, more positive outcomes, and live in the end where we are acting as if what we want is already here now, that we are whole and complete, that we don't need as much from our external environment anymore. And when we let go, that's when things really begin to happen. And that's when the magic and miracle of everyday life occurs. And that's when we see new possibilities emerge in our life. So as Neville Goddard, who said in Feeling is the Secret, ideas are impressed on the subconscious through the medium of feeling. No idea can be impressed on the subconscious until it is felt, but once felt, be it good, bad, or indifferent, it must be expressed. Feeling is the one and only medium through which ideas are conveyed to the subconscious. Therefore, the man who does not control his feeling may easily impress the subconscious with undesirable states. By control of feeling is not meant restraint or suppression of your feeling, but rather the disciplining of self to imagine and entertain only such feeling as contributes to your happiness. Control of your feeling is all important to a full and happy life. So what Neville is saying is not by trying to force an emotion per se, rather by simply accepting what we're feeling right now, but also disciplining ourselves to begin to pivot and imagine new horizons and entertaining more positive emotions and feelings. And this starts with visualization. Visualizing, what it is that we want. To visualize the kind of person you want to be. To visualize what kind of life you want to have, the career, the money you would like to earn, the relationships you would like to have, the health you would like to achieve, and so on and so forth. By seeing within your own mental studio the kind of life that you want and injecting emotion into it. And I've said this on several occasions that we can't intellectualize this process. In some ways, we want to embrace the imagination of children. Children entertain all these possibilities. And they imagine and feel euphoric and happy that anything is possible. This is what we want to bring back in our lives when it comes to our imagination. And when it comes to impressing the subconscious through the medium of feeling, no idea can be impressed in the subconscious until it is felt. But it also must be expressed. So what feelings we impress in the subconscious, and remember when I said that our personality is shaped through the emotional intensity of past events, through our five senses. When we impress on the subconscious must be expressed in some way, and that's oftentimes expressed through our actions. If we put ourselves in negative states and negative emotions, that'll be expressed through frustration, anger, stress, fear, and so forth. And these other physical manifestations, whether within our bodies or even what happens outside of us, where we keep doing the same things over and over again, we can't expect to have a different result. So by impressing on the subconscious more positive ideas, by using feeling to impress on the subconscious more positive states, then that has to be expressed in some way, and that can be expressed through more positive actions and emotions. Feeling of happiness, joy, euphoria, energy, where we're also entering states of flow. We're immersed in the present moment. And we begin to then utilize all of our mental faculties to create a more desirable life. We experience synchronicity when we start to recognize new opportunities we've never experienced before, new relationships, new ideas that may have just popped in your mind for a business, for a book, or any other idea. The point is then, what we impress in the subconscious has to be expressed in some way. And by letting go of negative emotions, by accepting them for what they are, and embracing new positive emotions and ideas, we impress in the subconscious these positive ideas through the way we feel. And we do it enough times through repetition. These positive states become a natural part of our personality over time. So as Dr. Joseph Murphy from his book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, who says that you grow old when you lose interest in life, when you cease to dream, to hunger after new truths, and to search for new worlds to conquer. When your mind is open to new ideas, new interests, and when you raise the curtain and let in the sunshine and inspiration of new truths of life and the universe, you will be young and vital. So then to manifest more desirable circumstances, it means then that we don't want to lose interest in life. When you lose interest in life, you grow old no matter what age you are, no matter how young you are. When you lose interest in life, you grow old. Life becomes stale and boring. And when life becomes boring, you lose the inspiration and motivation then to take the action steps necessary to improve your life in some way. But when you're open to new ideas and possibilities and new interests, and when you let the sunshine and energy from universal intelligence, from God, from love, etc., into your life, in the mystery of the unknown, life becomes that much more exciting, because life is not as linear as we would like for it to be. And this is something Dr. Joe Dispenza discusses a lot, that life isn't linear. We can't predict when a desirable outcome is going to occur. But rather than predicting something, we want to create the kind of life we want to live, where we're no longer held at bay from what is happening in our environment. Rather than we're being intentional and deliberate with the kind of life we want to live by embracing new ideas and new interests. And when you begin to take new actions, you change your environment, you change your circumstances by making new choices and decisions, by no longer indulging in the same typical behaviors that have led you where you are now. Life will automatically change. Life becomes more vibrant. You see life from a new perception. And when you see life from a new lens, when you look at it from a new perspective, then that's when you recognize new ideas and interests and possibilities. And that's when life becomes much more exciting. And you maintain and hold on to this youthful vigor, where you're no longer stressed and burned out from trying so hard and trying to force an outcome, because you're no longer trying to force things. Rather than simply you become what you seek. So again, to quote Dr. Joseph Murphy, he says that trying to accumulate wealth by the sweat of your brow and hard labor is one way to become the richest man in the graveyard. You do not have to strive or slave hard. So this also reminds me of Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich, when he says that to achieve vast riches, and I'm paraphrasing here, to achieve vast riches by hard work, perish the thought. So to achieve any goal, it doesn't necessarily mean that we have to burn ourselves out. This doesn't mean, of course, that we don't take any sort of action. But by trying too hard and trying to force an outcome, and by taking action based on the mindset of lack, even if we achieve our goal, we still are in the same place as we were before, where we feel burned out, anxious, discouraged, depressed, sad, to the point where, yes, we may have achieved our goal, but we end up being in the same place. So it does not require burning yourself out or extremely hard labor, where the hard work then is to then change your perception and your way of thinking. And by simply changing your way of thinking and feeling as if the wish is fulfilled, feeling like the person you've always wanted to be, then the natural side effect of that is bringing forth more desirable circumstances. By changing your external circumstances, by simply changing what is happening outside of you, will not bring forth more desirable results. Rather, it starts from within, and it starts with feeling and being much more aware and intentional about your habits and your thoughts, and by changing them. And that takes time, and it does take some work. But doing it enough times and being intentional every day on the kind of life you want to live, naturally over time, you will see more desirable circumstances. So, once again, to quote Dr. Joseph Murphy, oftentimes your conscious mind interferes with the normal rhythm of the heart, lungs, and functioning of the stomach and intestines by worry, anxiety, fear, and depression. These patterns of thought interfere with the harmonious functioning of your subconscious mind. When mentally disturbed, the best procedure is to let go, relax, and still the wheels of your thought processes. Speak to your subconscious mind, telling it to take over in peace, harmony, and divine order. You will find that all the functions of your body will become normal again. Be sure to speak to your subconscious mind with authority and conviction, and will conform to your command. This is why I think meditation is so important, in that we take the time every day to put away our cell phones, our social media, and to disconnect from our environment for a period of time, to go within and do the mental work, to relax, and to let go, and to speak to your subconscious mind through affirmations, through visualization, and by feeling that what you want is here now. Ask yourself empowering questions. What does it feel like if I accomplish this goal now? What does it feel like if I'm in love with life now? What does it feel like if I'm healthy now? By asking yourself empowering questions with some authority and conviction, your mind will come up with the answer and the feeling as a response to that question. And also, affirmations are very important as well. Empowering affirmations, where I am, as Neville says. When you state your affirmations and your goals in the present moment, it becomes much more powerful and with much more authority to your subconscious. And doing this enough times, with emotional intensity, we can reshape our beliefs that conform with the kind of life we want to live. And I've talked about the purpose of congruency, where our mind and body are one. We can consciously want something, but if subconsciously we believe that what we want is impossible, there's a corresponding feeling to that. Where, yes, we may want something consciously, but if we feel it's not possible, we may feel discouraged. We may feel a heaviness in our chest and our body. We feel anxious. We feel tense. Our muscles are tense. Again, there's a physiological response to this. But when we begin to relax and believe that we've got this, that what you want is coming or already here, then we can live in peace and harmony and divine order, because we know that what we want is already here. And that we have this order of consciousness where we get into these states of flow. Order of consciousness is something that Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi has discussed in his work on flow. When we enter these states, everything just seems to be clicking. Our mind and body is one. We don't have this internal resistance where we want something and that there's this sort of resistance behind it, or this doubt. In this case, we want something and we know on a subconscious level that it's coming, that it's already here. And that, this sort of congruency, that is life-changing. It truly is. So then, it was Ralph Waldo Emerson who said that make your own Bible. Select and collect all the words and sentences that in all your readings have been to you like the blast of a trumpet. So I think this is such a powerful statement by Emerson. Because what he's saying here is that we want to start collecting, not just reading, but collecting information that resonates with us, that empowers us to take action and transcend and overcome and live our best life. So you want to take snippets of what I'm saying here in my lectures, but also collect information from all the books that you've read. Highlight them, collect them. Maybe compile a journal or notebook or Word document where you compile all this information and create your own Bible in a way. And use this as a foundation to encourage more positive emotions through this collection of words and sentences from your readings or visuals or videos that you've seen, including this one. And when you do this, you can create a foundation for your life to live by. And as Emerson says, dare to live the life you have dreamed for yourself. Go forward and make your dreams come true. We don't hear this very often, I feel like. To live the life you have dreamed for yourself. Go forward and make your dreams come true. It seems like it's not something that we hear very often. Even the personal growth spaces, I think certainly there is some discussion of this. But I think Emerson just gets to the heart of the matter. Live the life you have dreamed for yourself. Go forward and make your dreams come true. So the question is, why not you? Why is it that you can't accomplish that specific goal or dream that you've had? Why not? It is nobody else to determine whether what you want is possible or not. That's only for you to decide. But you must make the decision and begin using feeling. Feeling as if the wish is fulfilled. Praying as if what you want is here now. To live in the end. When we do that, our dreams already are brought forth. Because after all, we all want to accomplish something because of the state it puts us in. So why wait and start right now to feel and act as if your dreams have come true and live your dream life right now. So thank you so much for watching this lecture. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to watch all my lectures on personal growth, wealth building, creativity, and entrepreneurship. Thank you so much and have a great day.